Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Vimbert. And if you saw my last Pokemon stream, things did not go so well. So, and let nobody say that I am not dedicated to this Pokeboomers thing that I'm doing with my friends Hugh and Zed. Uh, Off stream, I, through use of tasteful speed up, because we're using ROM hacked copies anyway, I went and kind of speed ran through most of the game to the point where I am up to Claire, the last Johto gym badge. You can already see over on the overlay some stuff about how my run has gone. It's honestly been pretty good. I've only lost a couple of Pokemon, and I've got what I think is a decently solid team. I'll be running through everybody that I've got, so everybody can get caught up with the adventures of Tubert. Don't mind that time. That's not real. That is a falsehood. So last time, I fought the Elite Four, and things just went wrong right off the bat. I ate a couple unlucky crits, made a couple bad calls, and it all kind of snowballed, and not even my good luck could save me from a complete wipe. Which under Pokeboomers rules means you gotta start all over. And not gonna lie, right after that stream, I reached out to the boys and was like, can I just be done? Can I just, like, take the L for the generation? Because we're almost done here? And eventually was like, no. Because then it's like, I'm doing something different than I'm just on as a cheerleader on Fridays. Be kind of weird. So I played the entire game back up to where I am now. I'm really glad that Netflix added Better Call Saul yesterday, because that was helping. So, oh, right, first I should, well, I'll let people kind of trickle in first. I'll go over who I've caught and who I am not using. I don't want to, like, switch over to my tracker and, like, rattle off who I caught where, because I think that's a little boring, but I will at least show them off. If you want to know what specific encounter I had where, let me know, and I can check. But we're just going to go through all these. In the PC, we have Kenji the Tentacool, Aya the Electrode, Satoko the Giraffarig, Haruaki the Mareep, and one thing I'm also doing differently, I've been DV checking all my Pokemon, because I'm like, alright, I should make sure I don't wipe a second time. So I've been using that little tool that Hugh likes to do, on his streams to check on my Pokemon, and unfortunately, right after I learned that Mareep is a good Pokemon, this Mareep has, like, the worst stat potentials of any Pokemon I have ever seen. And welcome, HD, and no, I didn't get fast food, mostly because of time constraints, but I did kind of split the difference, and along with my leftover super healthy vegan soup, I had some mega greasy potato chips. And that was pretty good on its own. I also have my favorite stream drink here. My favorite non-alcoholic stream drink, I should clarify. Didn't have to drive what felt like halfway around the city to find it for once, so I'm counting that as a win. So yeah, I also have the boss, the coughing, Kibo the Krabby, Reikio the Staryu, Robert the Machop, Mizuki the Pidgey, because I was playing during the day a little bit, Sigma the Execute, shit, I have two Roberts. Well, one of them will have to be changed eventually. A Paris, Turing the Weedle, Myri the Oddish, Meryl the Ekans, Q the Magikarp, Okabe the Bellsprout, Beatrice the Hoot Hoot, Ike Kush the Graveler, Shucky the Shuckle, Setsu the Magnemite. And that's all for box 1. I've got a few more in here. As you can tell, my naming theme has been reuse the names that I used last run, but use them on different Pokemon. It's like nobody ever died. It's like we didn't lose anybody. All your favorites are right here. Date the Slowpoke, Yomi the Poliwag, the Egg, which I still refuse to hatch, and Edgeworth the Crobat. Meanwhile, on my actual team, you can see him down there on the sidebar, but we have Battler the Tauros, who is a pretty strong boy. I've got a decent combo set up on him with the Rest Sleep Talk. All he has is Strength in return, but you know what? That's going to be something of a liability when it comes to PvP, but I don't have to care about PvP just yet. And also, I'm definitely losing this gen anyway, so I'm just going to do whatever makes the most sense for the actual game, the actual run. And there's not a whole lot out there that's going to be able to wall normal all that hard. He's a pretty strong boy. His special attack is absolutely abysmal. I had Surf on him for a while, and it would, even like super effective, it would barely hit for like a fourth of someone's HP. It was like, alright, this needs to change. This needs to change. He's been pretty good. I've been pretty happy with him. Of course, Goose, because I remembered that one asshole in Chuck's gym has a rock-type move. So Goose is alive. But Goose is male in this timeline, so there you go, I guess. Pretty good. Got that classic Thunder Punch. I did not... Oh, I didn't say what the drink was. It's true. It is a Razzleberry Peace Tea, which is kind of just like, a sweet tea with a little bit of, like, raspberry flavoring. Used to be able to find them all over, but I swear they're getting harder and harder to find, to the point where, like, I swear there's 2 stores in all of Denver that sells them, and half the time it's like, oh, well, we have Arizona iced tea. I'm like, did I ask for Arizona tea? Ugh. I don't like Arizona tea. No worries, it's a reasonable expectation. Yeah, Goose has been pretty good. Little weak on the defensive side, but he hits pretty hard. We have now the Gengar, who at this point is just a puncher. And I think I'm 100% okay with that. I had this kind of tricky moveset before, where actually the way I beat Chuck in this run was solely just I sent Now, who is then a Haunter, out, hit his Poliwrath with Hypnosis, used Curse, and then once it woke up, I just swapped through my Pokemon and had them eat Surfs while Curse chipped down his HP. Didn't use a single offensive move there, just had my team just wall his attacks. He didn't throw out a Dynamic Punch somehow, so I just kept taking Surfs, but those Surfs kind of hurt. I was starting to get worried that I would, have to cheat on my off-stream run. We have Chiemi, the Quagsire, who is a Quagsire, so is good. Slow but good. Also 69 special attack and defense. Nice. I didn't even notice that. And Nagito the Espeon, because this run I remembered that you have to kill the red Gyarados. So I prepared just a little bit. Just a little bit more than last time. Who I think is a pretty good setup. I got the advice from Hugh to put Shadow Ball on Espeon, but I also delayed evolving the Eevee until he could learn Bite, since Bite runs off special attack and can flinch. It's a little bit lower power, but, I mean, look at the difference between those stats. He has almost double the amount of special attack that he does attack, so I think Bite is a stronger move overall. I might actually get rid of Shadow Ball at some point. I'm not 100% sure what I would put on him, but... And then the one I probably have to explain, Angel the Shelder. Listen, I know, Stone Evolution in Gen 2, when I'm not playing Crystal, but this thing has almost perfect DVs. And I'm about to go fight a Dragon user, so... There's a couple arguments you can make there. Nothing special. It does have Protect, which I think could have some interesting uses. And of course got that Aurora Beam, which is about to become Ice Beam in 10 levels or so, I think? I need to look that up. But anyway, is a Shelter. Super defensive, good attack that I can't really use anything for. And then everything else is kind of... eh. And of course, since this isn't Crystal, Cloyster and Shelter do not learn Spikes, so that's cool. Basically, that one's on the team on kind of a trial basis. We're gonna keep an eye on him. Probably not bringing a Stage 1 evolution to the Elite Four. I know, controversial move, but I just don't think it would work out well for anyone. Like, even a little bit. He is basically here to be a semi-acceptable loss. Should I need to that is not the berry I meant. If I need to sacrifice somebody that I can be okay with losing, basically. And, I am cleared all the way up to Claire, and I've basically got the team where I want them to be. After a little last-minute desperate grinding, so... let's fight some dragons, shall we? And you know, how Vimbert rolls, Tubert rolls. I was supposed to already have it on the Lucky channel. There we go! The sound on this emulator sounds objectively worse than the one I was using before. Do I have some setting fucked up? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I was like, what is going on? That is not my Lucky channel. It sounds scuffed again. What? Okay. Whatever. I'm not sure why. Maybe like... okay, now it's... okay, whatever. But this one actually lets the time be accurate to, like, my date and time, which last one was not, which was causing me a lot of grief initially and a lot of salt towards the beginning of my run, before it was like, well, whatever, berries, I guess I don't get return, I'll live. But this time it is accurate, because it is Tuesday, and in my time zone, it's 6:17. Which has been kind of a relief. Anyway, my strategy for Claire is to basically send now the Ghost Puncher in there, and attempt to Ice Punch down everything to start, and then desperately fling everything I have at the Kingdra and Prey. Realistically, I use Battler, with Angel kind of on reserve if I think I'm about to take a Hyper Beam to the face, because I think he actually has the best defense out of anyone on the team. Right? At 100? Yeah, there are a couple of people who have come close, but yeah, hard to mess with that. Goose is unfortunately going to be fairly useless. I might bring him in to help deal with the Dragonairs, perhaps? I'm not sure. I'm also going a little risky by putting boost items, well, now in particular. Yeah, I kind of want to Photoshop my profile pic on the, like, oh god, not Miyamoto, on the Sakurai meme, never ask me for anything again. Because, behold, I have done it, and, like, you can tell that this is not the same file where I just went back and caught Pokemon. Because I got a different name. The Pokegear works. I have a Tauros. I've got my starter. It was a bit of work. And now, of course, ironically, Zed's not going to be able to do the thing on Friday, so oops. But whatever. I will be ready for when that happens. We need to... Oh my god, what have I been doing? We just had to wait until we were sure Claire was in Lucky Channel range. Are you intimidated now? Well? How's that sound? It's the sound of your defeat, you pompous wench. Alright. God, I'm nervous now. Been able to... The run has been okay, actually, I should put a berry on Typhlosion, because realistically, if I have to bring him out, he's Thunder Punching. Yeah. Or headbutting, as the case may be. Yeah, just a good old berry. I could give the team another level. I could also go back to Goldenrod and buy drugs, because I have lots of money for drugs. Oh yeah, also here, just to show. Obviously I'm in Blackthorn, so I couldn't get here without, you know, manipulations or hacks, but I have taken down 7 gym leaders, so you can see. Okay, with that little bit of prologue out of the way, let's fight a gym leader, shall we? I'm Claire. I'm the world's best Dragon Master. I can hold my own against even the Pokemon League's Elite Four. Do you still want to take me on? Fine, let's do it. As a trainer, I will use my full power against any opponent. Also, before we get into the actual fight, you know, there's the whole Pokeboomers rules, hard mode, double down, whatever we're gonna call it. I'm not doing that. I don't get points again. I'm not eligible. Also, I've just accepted I'm losing, so I'm just doing this vanilla. I'm gonna be super effectiving all over the place. Just to get that out of the way, so nobody freaks out in chat. Alrighty, Dragonair, have you met the legendary Ghost Puncher? You have now! Heh. I didn't even try for that. You have now? Oh, this is immediately 1,000 times better, Jesus. Why did I do that to myself last time I was here? Though I am really glad we put that hard mode clause into our little competition. It's made the gym fights way more interesting, I think. Certainly more stressful on my end. But, yeah, look, just... anyone who is watching my original fight against Claire is probably like, oh my god, this is like a completely different game. I mean, granted, I have a totally different team, but like, this is literally night and day. Night and day. Okay. Since I managed to not take a scratch somehow, Let's just see if we can totally T-pose on her. There it is! There it is! When I live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. New file, new me. Exactly. Oh, right, dragon typing. Kingdra only gets hit super effective by dragons, doesn't it? I think I'll just see if I can sweep with now, then. No, Ice Punch gets resisted from water. Damn. Okay, well, these are all kind of just the same, so... Ghost Puncher, continue punching. If you crit, and I can win without taking a single blow? No. Okay. Now Claire is about to, max potion, full restore, something like that. Okay, Hyper Potion, it's not a full restore, though, so that's not an automatic wake-up. But soon that Kingdra is bound to be waking up. Oh, Claire! God damn it. You know what? You're low, and I'm pretty sure Claire doesn't have any items left. Let's just push. Let's just push. What's the worst that could happen? Damn, she got an attack off. My flawless victory! Foiled! That wasn't a crit. Jesus. Kingdra is no joke, but I'm faster, so farewell. Chopsuit plays in the distance, exactly. I lost? I don't believe it. There must be some mistake. Thank you for the money. I won't admit this. I may have lost, but you're still not ready for the Pokemon League. I know, you should take the Dragon User Challenge. Behind this gym is a place called Dragon's Den. Go and bring me the Dragon Fang from deep inside the den. That is the test to be accepted as a true Dragon User. If you can do that, I will accept you as a worthy trainer. Until then, I won't give you a badge. Yeah, the Ghost Puncher now absolutely dunked on her. Like, that was hard to watch, and I was the one driving. But oh well, can't complain too much. But on that note, let's take back a few of these emergency berries I passed out. Yep, no remorse. For the weeks she took off my life last time I was here, I do not mind just absolutely curb stomping her. I feel no shame. None whatsoever. She stood no chance against the Ghost Puncher. So, since I ended up not needing my Shelter backup, sorry friend, but there is no way on God's green earth that you are coming to the Elite Four. That's just... no. Instead, let's get our boy Edgeworth out here. Let's see... I have him on the overlay... Yes, now I do. Better put the XP share on him too, since he got starved a bit. What can I give to... Amulet coin? Sure. So yeah, I'm thinking this team is going to be my Elite Four team. I feel a lot better about this crew. Honestly, I think the weak link here might end up being Battler. Because just kind of there to bulldoze with normal type moves, and I feel like the Elite Four is where the game starts being like, no, 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 we don't do that here. To you as the player. At least in this game. I mean, arguably, that's like, they start doing it with Whitney, but Elite Four is truly where they go like, okay, seriously, no, stop. I would normally save this for off-stream, but I want to make sure I grab this, just in case I need it. Because, once per day PP restoring items, pretty good deal, you know, for the price of free. Also, let's buy some drugs while we're in town. I mean, vitamins that are still drugs. Minerals? Whatever they call them. You know, they'll ban me and I'll have to rebrand as the Tubert Elite Four committee, but they won't ban me from competing. They can't do that. The fans would revolt. There'd be chaos in the stands. I should give you your charcoal back before I inevitably forget. Roids. Yep. Also, I should probably mention, it's, well, not to a point that would be considered windy by, like, say, any of my viewers from up north, but by Denver standards, it's windy here. And Denver infrastructure is kind of infamous for being really bad about handling wind, like with power lines going down and stuff, so if I suddenly vanish, that's probably why. I know, right? Like, there's not that much wind here, but like, let me tell you, like, the wind, I think, if I remember the forecast correctly, the winds today are like 25 miles per hour, can gust up to 35. That's normally like, oh, who gives a shit? But apparently just Denver just briefly just sets up its power lines that poorly that that's enough to mess them up. It's cool. It's a great time. It's happened before. My last place was without power for 2.5 days because of one day where 35 miles an hour gusted up to like 50 miles per hour for 10 minutes. Literally 10 minutes. And like, stuff ripped out of people's yards and like wrapped around power wires. It's dumb. I think part of it is just people leaving like tents and shit out in their lawn where they're like, oh, it's never windy here. You know, city folk. Right. Let's give Chiemi some of the drugs, because I will need her to hit hard with Surf. And also resist Surf. And Iron, now is probably gonna have to go some rounds with some physical hitters, so let's buff her a little bit. And I think that's good. Some inventory management, and then I will be off to the path to Victory Road. Oh yeah, I might also get to show off, because I did change my rival's name as well. To, you know, it still incorporates both Hugh and, Zed's names, but I wanted to give a little nod to the fact that I got completely owned by one of the NPCs. Give a little bit of a fear tribute, homage, whatever you want to call it. Probably don't need Mertberry. Okay, that should be enough for him. Oh! I didn't even go to Dragon's Den, Jesus Christ. I got so caught up in like, okay, next thing, that I forgot what next thing actually was. I think you can learn Whirlpool. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a waterfall user too. That's gonna be also annoying. Okay, maybe I'll get lucky and you can do both? Probably not. Oops. Okay. Whirlpool. I'm relatively sure you can learn this. Yes. Yomi can just be our HM friend for a little bit. And then Waterfall. Please tell me you can learn Waterfall. Oh, yes! Oh, truly saving the run. Or at least saving me some inconveniences. Because I'll still have Surf on Chiame. What does a rival have coming up? Rival Gen 2. Let's see. 5th battle in... That's Heart Gold. Why is this website terrible? Oh my god, of course they have them on a separate page. Bulbapedia, why you do this? Would probably be a good idea to bring on Espeon. I'll need somebody else to sit in that case. Maybe, no, I'm gonna need Strength, I'm pretty sure. I think so. Ghost Puncher is always good to have for coverage. I want Edgeworth because Fly. Need you because Surf. Yeah, maybe Battler. He's a solid all-around Pokemon, but I'll just grab him back for preparation for the Elite Four. Yeah. Okay, now to return to what I was actually supposed to be doing. Oh wow, it's so quick! I don't think... Yeah, I have Magikarp on my table, and Dratini is on my ban list, so... I can't actually get any encounters in here, so... And I don't think there's any items in here, question mark? No. Yeah, this, and of course, this is on Silver version, so... Dragon's Den is kind of a joke. As opposed to the whole thing that they make you do in Crystal, which honestly seems a lot more fitting to something the gym leader's like, oh, I'm going to inconvenience you now. Oh, you poor Magikarp. Never stood a chance. Cut down in the prime, well, close to the prime of your life. 4 more levels you would have been in the prime of your life. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Yeah. I'm so glad Poliwag can learn Whirlpool and Waterfall. Just get all my annoying HM crap out of the way in one Pokemon. Pretty convenient. Although I think the main reason that when wind kicks up around here that like infrastructure... I have not caught a Phanpy on this run, actually, Inception, because I started all the way over per the Pokeboomer rules, which was why I didn't want to do this at first. As you can see, my name is different, my Pokegear works, totally new file. I don't have that stupid Dumbo elephant in my PC. I'm free. I'm free. I don't have to deal with it. I will give myself all the bad karma I want. I'm probably not doing the Elite Four tonight, and I already got Claire out of the way. I am feeling relaxed. Curse of Elephant Boy. Big talk Big talk for Pokemon in literally any good Pokemon in the game-ing distance. This has become a bit now. I'm never gonna stop. Whoa, a Dragon Fang. Crazy. Alright, I recognize your true power. This badge is yours. Got a Rising Badge. Fuck you! Rising Badge will blah 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 blah. And at this point we just tune her out and think back to how I completely and thoroughly crushed her. TM24. Do I have anybody who can use that this time around? Probably not. Yep, Pokemon League, Indigo Plateau. I'm not even giving you the dignity of having voiced lines at this point, Claire. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Like, everybody dogs on Whitney for, like, breaking out into tears when you beat her and just making you, like, walk a couple steps away before you get the badge. But Claire, this hoe makes you go, like, into a separate cave and just pick up a random item before she's like, okay, fine, whatever, have a badge. Or in the sake of Crystal, like, go through a little, like, mini dungeon where it makes a lot more sense, but that's not the timeline I inhabit. This is the Gold, Silver, Jank era, where my near-perfect DV Shelder will never be able to learn Spikes. Expect me to bring that up about 20 more times during the duration of Run 2, because it's never going to stop making me angry. So I was looking it up, I was like, oh wow, these stats are really good. Oh, okay, isn't this one that can learn Spike? Oh, Crystal only. Crystal only. You know, it's me trying to, like, restrain myself a little bit. I mean, I make no guarantees if I start drinking during these Pokeboomers streams. Which, I considered. The old day job kind of sucked today. It was a little rough. I had a lot of suffering fools to deal with, which I'm not always the best at. Oh, and just to bring it up now, in case anyone is not aware, we do level caps here on Pokeboomers, so going into the Elite Four, level cap works a little differently. My level cap going into the Elite Four is level 46, but that's the, like, that's the you must be this high to ride bar. So all my Pokemon go in at 46, and whatever level they come out at is whatever level they come out at. We arrive at that by averaging together all the members' aces, and we round it up because I think the result was 45.6 or 8 or some such. Okay, these Magikarp and Dratini are worth absolutely garbage XP. We just need to get out of here. And promptly PC the Dragon Fang, because I don't know when I'm ever gonna have a use for that. Like, maybe if I got a Kingdra? But from what I hear, they are much better in Gen 3, which I believe, just from my brief, well, not brief, from my brush with them in Leaf Green. Oh, also, I'm not putting Poliwag on the overlay because he doesn't deserve it. He's just an HM friend. Battler, the Tauros, is here with us in spirit, so he's going to maintain his spot. Because I've wiped once. Expect less effort now. I do think Poliwag is cool, but I don't know, you know me. This one is not good. Justice for what's his name. I think in the first run it was Haruaki. Now, have I gotten a new Barktown encounter? Yes, this is where I fished up the Shelder. However, I don't think I've gotten an encounter... No, I have not gotten a Route 27 encounter. Oh, Justice for Yomi. Sure. I am going to put on the Lucky channel so I will know when it switches over to the route. I don't know if it works that way in Crystal, but Gold and Silver... Yep. It's switching back to the Surf theme, so now I know I'm in Route 27. So, do I have Pokeballs? Important question. I do. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so first encounter... We have Tentacool. I showed it off at the start of the stream. I do have a Tentacool, so this is a duplicate for me. And I did not look... I think I'd try for a Pinecoat here. Because much as I don't think it would be useful in the Elite Four, I would love to annoy the boys with some spikes and self-destructs. Counter 2. I don't think I have a Repel on me. Which may end up being a mistake. Because I might just waste all my shots right here. Number 3, inevitably going to be another Tentacool. Okay, with this many Tentacools, I am not gonna... We will go one headbutt? Nah, let's just go for the grass. Higher chance of actually getting something useful. Hey! Do you know what you just did? You've taken your first step into Kanto. Check your Pokegear map and see. Way ahead of you, my friend. Now, Tojo Falls... I think... Oh, okay. Well, first shot at an encounter is a rat. I do have a rat. The rat died. Fighting Faulkner, incidentally, so Faulkner still did cause me some trouble this run. I didn't just get off scot-free. Was kind of hoping I would. But, wait, Tojo Falls has encounters, like, just in the cave? Hold on. I should actually check this. Tojo Falls, Oh. Yeah, I don't even care if I get an encounter here. Do I have a Goldeen? Do I have a Trash Fish? I do not have a Trash Fish. Okay. Let's surf around a bit until I find a Trash Fish. Oh hey, Moonstone. My Nidorino would have loved that Moonstone. Also shit. This is not the encounter I wanted. So, that is duplicate number 2. Naturally, the Ghost Puncher makes short work of him. You know, thinking back on it, I don't think I actually used, I don't think I actually used my poor shoulder for anything. He just sat there and, like, ate XP share experience. Because I'm like, eventually, it'll come in handy. It'll come in handy. There's that trashy fish. Let's do a Hypnosis. How do I not kill you? Edgeworth, you've gotten rid of Leech Life at this point, right? Right. You have the same moveset as now from the Prime timeline. Wait, what? Slut-shaming? How? You can be trash without being a slut. Or vice versa. I guess. Is it a female gold? Oh, it is a well, it's not my intention, but I guess here I am. I can't take the words back. I don't even care if this dies. Oh well. No encounter for me in the Tojo Falls. I'll probably regret that eventually. Just marking that real quick as another missed encounter. Yeah, Tubert don't have time to fuck around. Oh yeah, I can get Darude Sandstorm here. Pokemon League, are your Pokemon loyal enough for you to win? Let me see. Ah, your Pokemon trusts you very much. It's nice to see a good trainer. Here, a gift for your journey. TM37. Sandstorm. It's bad. Well, bad is a strong word, but... Oh, let's fight a lady. You have the amulet coin, Nagito, so front and center. It's rare to see anyone come here. Are you training on your own? Literally a, hello little boy, where are your parents? Oh no. She... Oh, that's right, I forgot about this lady. She has a level 32 Bulbasaur for reasons I do not pretend to understand. Nagito's like, yeah, get out of here. Don't waste our time. Be nice if I could learn Psychic before the Elite Four, but I don't think that's possible because of level cap? I would have to double check that. But yeah, we're just gonna relax a little bit and cruise on through this. I don't see tonight's stream being a particularly long one. We're just gonna get up to the Elite Four and then, well, maybe I'll do some brining. Yeah, brining podcast. We're gonna make some pickles. I have 3 encounters. God damn it, I have 4 encounters. Another tentacle. Okay, I have 1 shot to get something in this grass, and I do not have the power of the Lucky channel that I can call upon, because Kanto has anti-consumer practices with their radio. Look at how close we are to Johto. And yet, I go on the radio, and nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, wait, what? Don't I need the... Huh. I thought you couldn't get any radios... That broke my brain a little bit. Yeah, I said brining podcast instead of grinding podcast, and so then I made a joke about making pickles. Little self-dunk. Though I have made pickled onions before. Delicious. I honestly need to do it again. I'm sorry, Arbok. I already have an Ekans. That Ekans is actually really bad. So I wish I could pick you up. That's... No encounter for Route 27. Cool. Classic Vimbert maneuvers. Alright, well, let's just, put our amulet coiner out front. Yeah, I caught myself pretty quick, so wouldn't have been that hard to miss. You look pretty strong. Let me battle you. Okay, I guess. Ooh, vinegar and sugar. See, for a long time, I thought I hated pickles, like just could not stand them, like never wanted them in any context. And then I got older, and it turns out I just really, really hate cucumbers. Anything else that's pickled, I'm like, oh yes, this is amazing. But cucumbers, whether they're raw or as pickles, I'm like, no thank you, I'm good. I don't need it. I don't want it. You know, if they're your thing, they're your thing. They're just not my thing. They taste like nothing in like a bad way. To me, they're like slightly sour, like crispy water. They're like the evil twin of a water chestnut to my taste buds. And like, I love water chestnuts. Oh, that's fair. And see, I like celery. And I would never, you know, contend that celery doesn't taste like nothing. Because, you know, it's what, like, more percent water than we are, something like that. I don't know, I'm not a food scientist. Well, well, well! A fellow Quagsire. I'm afraid you are outmatched, sir. And thus I bid you good day. Crap. I underestimated amnesia. Okay, that wound is a little worrying, but I think we're coming up on a heal house, so should have just used Earthquake. I've even used a PP up on it, so it's not like I have to be stingy. You're good, aren't you? Man, I'm the best. Just ask me. But don't ask my dead alternate universe counterpart. He's not as good. Of course. Now I'm like, boy, I could use Chiemi for this one. Well, Sandslash still has, like, not very good special defense. Let me just try and blast him down. Okay, how bad does Slash hurt? Oh, okay. That's whatever. Triple-digit special attack going burr. Works for me. Sandslash. I really wish you were a better Pokemon. Don't say a thing. Let me guess what you're thinking. I got it. You're on the Pokemon League Challenge. Actually, I'm with Uber Eats. If you guys could stop challenging me to... No? Okay. However, this lets me give y'all a preview of my basic strategy for Will. Because Nagito is now an excellent anti-psychic machine. Between Shadow Ball and Bite, I can hit them exactly where they're weakest, while resisting their own psychic attacks. Let's give it a roll. Because I think Starmie's defense is worse. Perfection. Oh, that was a crit. Well, whatever, you get the idea. What else you got, Gilbert? Execute, I see, very impressive. Eat some eggs, Nagito. Actually, I haven't reused the name, Revia just yet. I kind of wish I'd gotten a, female Eevee so I could have used that, because, you know, Espeon kind of looks like a cat. Wrong fur color for Revia, because she's kind of like a black tortoiseshell pattern. You're too much! Yeah. Nagito's gonna do that to Will. The hated, maligned Will. Will who shall forever live in infamy. When does it turn into Route 26? Probably... Wow, you saw me from off the screen. Okay. You shouldn't underestimate the wild Pokemon in these parts. Whatever you say, cool trainer Rena. Ah, another Starmie to end. Look at that. That's beautiful. Beautiful. You know, Inception, if you're still lurking, I hope I can at least make up for my Fanfi hate with my Espeon appreciation. Because, like, now that I don't care about PvP anymore, this is far better than Umbreon, who I was gonna go with. Because, you know, Espeon actually has offense. As you can see. It's real good. I think I used Espeon when I was a kid as well, once I finally figured out, you know, how you were supposed to evolve the Eevee. I think I probably had to learn about it from some other kid at school, because initially it was like, Stones don't exist! How am I supposed to get the Gen 1 forms? They were like, oh, you have to make it like you. Well, how do you do that? Well, there's these haircuts. There's these haircuts and what? There's the haircuts? Because we didn't know. They were like, oh yeah, like, use potions, but don't use the bad potions. You know, all those things that were wrong that circulated around back in the day. It is always kind of... Validating is not quite the right word, but something approaching that. When I hear Zed say one of those things where I, like, know it's wrong, and I'm like, ah, yes. I was not the only one horribly lied to as a kid. Oh, right, this should be the new route, yes? No, this is still Route 27. What? What is there? Yeah, that's right. Hugh had this whole thing. Okay, there's one tree that's Route 26. Is this the play? Or what can I encounter here? On Route 26. Internet, if you would. Bulbapedia ever goes down during these streams, will be like, well, I guess I have to end the stream, guys. I could get a Ponyta. Yeah, we're going for Pineco. We're going for a Pineco. Oh, wait. Gotta put Ghost Puncher in the lead. Okay, let me just, oh. I have an Execute? Yes, I do have an Execute. Had to make sure. Okay, that's the first duplicate. Let me just quickly get rid of this thing. God, having a Pineco would be so... I forgot to grab a Master Ball. Oh well. Actually, Master Ball would... For a Nuzlocke where I'm not gonna get legendaries, would not be a bad use of a Master Ball. It's a little bit wild to think of, but... I do have a Weedle, I know that one. Because that's what I, again, got stuck with in the goddamn bug catching contest, I'm pretty sure. Or, no, that was from a headbutting spree. So, second dupe. Beedrill's another one that I wish was better. I know it's a lot of people's favorite, including my little brother's. He loves Beedrill. Okay, that's 3. Because the duplicate counts for the whole line. But, I don't know. Just bug types in general, I'm like, Maybe it's just because I was such a fire type stan back when I was a kid. It's still, like, persisting in my brain, like, bug types are bad. They are inferior to your favorite type. Okay, that's number 4. Maybe I go for the grass at this point, so I get an encounter. Yeah, let me try and sneak over to the grass. And probably get an encounter on the 2 tiles I'm gonna surf. Motherfucker! God damn it. I knew it. I could feel it coming, too. I called it. I literally... God damn it. Okay, no encounter for Route 26 either. Because I duped out. Very cool. Thank you, Pokemon Silver. Fuck my life. Is that picking up? Okay, that is not picking up. Whole lot of stuff rattling around in the backyard from the wind. I'm feeling great today. Feel like I could boot even the league champ. Oh man, don't talk about killing a cop out in the open. I know, right? It's so close. So tantalizing. That's like my small allowance towards shilling for myself. Because I hate to go full YouTuber and be like, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. But, you know, I figure if somebody pops in and they're like, oh, hey, this guy's close to affiliate, I can give him a follow and then just immediately stop getting notifications from him and never come to his stream again. That's fine. Maybe somebody will think that. It's possible. Also, I just kind of, like, discovered I could do that. And have it, like, dynamically update, and I was like, oh, that's cool. This is actually, like, a real stream thing I can implement. Let's do that. Because I feel like I go relatively low tech or kind of cobbled and scuffed together for a lot of my stuff. So it's nice to have... Oh no, it's absolutely not a big brain programmer thing. It's just something that Twitch generates, and I have OBS capture. It's... Technically, it's like its own tiny little browser window. Kind of like how I have you all in chat appearing on the stream, which actually... It looks like is slightly out of whack, so I need to fix that real fast. Sorry. There we go. I'm a little bit technically savvy, but only a little. And I know I've seen some people do, like, you know, sub goals and other things, but where they, like, customize. Cool, so I would have gotten a pony top. That's fine. This is fine. This is fine. It's all good. It's fine. I have Typhlosion. Why would I want a stupid fire horse? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I definitely wanted to just not get an encounter for the route. It's all good. Yeah. Everything's fine. It's all good. All is well. Nothing wrong here. Nope, nothing at all. Not a thing. It's so fun. It's the most fun. You know, I considered actually titling the stream, This Is Fine, just to call back to the comic and meme. Wow, look at all those badges! I'm impressed. But you're not satisfied by just collecting them, right? Also, I do feel I should apologize a little bit for kind of truncating this run for the sake of time. But if I was doing this... Exactly. How's that Oh, that Espeon's quick attacking. I'm just saying, like, more, you know, if I had made it to the grass, it would have actually gotten an encounter. You know, if, God forbid, my Typhlosion falls over and dies. But, you know, you guys just kind of have to take my word for it that I've been Nuzlocking up to this point. But if I was doing this solo, I probably wouldn't have started over. I would have just tried to keep going with whatever Pokemon I have left. I think that's one of the more interesting things you can see in a Nuzlocke is when somebody completely just wipes out and they have to try and, like, deal with what they've got left and keep going. But that's not how we're doing Pokeboomers, and also I want to, like, not make Hugh and Zed wait forever. So, I wanted to speed it up a bit. So yeah, Drew... Wow, I walked right in front of her and she didn't stop me. Interesting. Is the coin boy out front? Coin boy Nagito is out front. Since you come this far, you must be good. I'm going to give this battle everything I've got. Cool trainer Joyce. Feel like you never meet any Joyces. Is it considered like an outmoded name now? I don't even know. Oh god, so it begins. Earthquake this punk, and let's be done with it, Shiemi. That's my girl. Uwukachu. I like it. Blastoise. Okay. Chiemi is not the Pokemon to have out here. Blastoise, I'd like you to meet the Ghost Puncher. Oh, Curse. I would be concerned if I weren't about to hit you special. I don't... Oh no, Rain Dance, whatever shall I? Oh, that shall I. No, I don't believe this. Believe it! Haha, funny dead meme. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break and be back in just a minute. I will leave you on this, honestly, quite good root music. And, yeah, get up and stretch, do whatever. I'll be back in just a little bit. I will ban you one of these days, HD. Hi, everyone. Cucumber sucks. It's terrible. Particularly when pickled. It's a travesty that they get to bear the name of pickles when so many things are better pickled, like onions. Pickled onions are incredible. The best, even. Okay, where were we? Right. Let's fight a man. By experiencing tough battles, you gain power. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I am aware of how an RPG works. I've been at this for like 200 hours, according to the in-game clock. Somehow. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by the sound of wind outside. I'm like right by a big old window, so I keep having these paranoid thoughts about like, what if a branch just like blows down off the tree and like crashes in through that? And I have to be like, hey guys, sorry, I have to board up part of my house now. That almost certainly won't happen, but... You know, my brain can't help it. The homeowner worries. But I mean, then I guess, in theory, get insurance to cover it and stuff, so it can be it could be their problem. What's more a problem around here is like just the hail. Denver gets so much hail. I never knew that. Also, Kingler, I'd like you to meet the crab. Well, the crab puncher in this case, but mostly the ghost puncher. Oh, Protect? God damn it. I hate Protect. It's such an annoying move. Though I have newfound respect for it. After how Hugh used it during a little meme PvP last week. You know, that in combination with Toxic, that's got me thinking. I'm having some thoughts. I'm having some thoughts. Deep thoughts. And I'm like, there are possibilities here. Because if you can just tank a hit every other turn, you can just protect with basically 100% reliability. Okay, I have to go a bit more up to find the items. I'm making my final preparations for the Pokemon League. Well, let me just dash those hopes now, friend. Jake. You will be but another nameless trainer crushed before me. Wait, is Parasect not half poison? Am I a crazy person? Is it still pure grass? Or is it... No, that's right, because Paris is grass bug. I always forget that. Oh, hey, Golduck. You are, half psychic, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken. Boy, I'm just really showing off all my Pokemon knowledge tonight. Whatever. It worked. This is not a battle that I have to take seriously yet. I mean, there's probably not going to be another battle I need to take seriously for the rest of the stream. And that includes our rival. That is a garbage can blowing over. Cool. God damn it. Oh! I lost to a trainer named Breward. He was really strong, but it was as if he absolutely had to win at any cost. I felt sorry for his Pokemon. So yes, as you can see there, Breward worked in a little bit of, yeah, the garbage tumbleweed, exactly. That's weird. I thought I had that thing tied down, too. It's like a backup garbage can. Yeah, I should... I'm sorry, I know I just went, but that thing's gonna keep rolling around my backyard and maybe, like, fuck up some things, so I need to sprint out there real quick and, like, put it in a shed. Sorry, I'll be back as soon as I can. For clarity, it is a metal garbage can. If it was plastic, I would just be whatever, but metal, you know, that could actually cause some problems. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, the package is secure once more. Sorry about that. Mystery genre game titles until Twitch herself bans you. I don't know if that's a thing. I mean, you're free to try and find out. But it is something of a pain in this setup to click over to automod, so do so at your own risk. Right, Rapidash. I will say, HD, since you're so fixated on it, I did give a subtle hint as to, oh, goddammit, the flinch. Not like this. Not like this! Come on, Chiemi. There we go. Amaranth? I don't know who that is, if I'm honest. Or wait. Amaranth, is that? Something is on, like, the tip of my brain, but I can't quite think of it. But, anyway, HD, I will say that, that mystery game you keep trying to deduce... Yes, there was a subtle hint in the stream as to the game's identity. But if you missed it, you missed it. Too bad. It's something that should have stuck out. Or perhaps not. Or perhaps not. This stream right here that I am doing right now. Okay, Victory Road time. Everyone sealed up. Only trainers who have proven themselves may pass. Oh, the 8 pages of Johto, please go right ahead, sir. Thank you, I will. Earlier today, yes. Oh, hey, Victory Road encounter. What do we got? Onyx. I do not have an Onyx. Can Onyx self-destruct at this level? What can Onyx do at this level? I'm a little afraid now. Hang on. Hold, please. Onyx can... Oh, okay, you've got complete garbage, and, you don't know ground moves, so... Come forth, Ghost Puncher! Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, the only gal streamers I metaphorically tier 3 sub for are VTubers, so I don't know Amaranth. Fire Punch doesn't one-shot you, does it? It gets a lot closer than I thought it would. Okay, cool. Ultra Ball Go. I could be a cool kid and join the Steelix Club. You know? That's a possibility, that's a possibility. Got it in one. Holy crap. That is a lot of, wow. Good for her, good for her. Alright. What do we have for a... Well, I've reused all the female names that I used in my last run, except for Revia, and Revia was kind of a special case, so... What else have I got that would work? OnlyFans and other platforms. I see. I understand. How about... Fi. She's from Virtue's Last Reward, part of the Zero Escape series. She's a very tough gal. Very cool. One of the better characters. Just gonna update my tracker real fast. with an Onyx. I'll have to check the DVs on that one. Okay, Victory Road o'clock. I am afraid of self-destructors, so I'm just gonna have, you know, the ghost take the lead for a bit. You know. Oh, hey, it's Trash! Bye-bye. There. An elephant appeared that I was able to dunk on. All is right with the world. You have ground moves. I didn't think this through. Maybe I'll lead with Chiemi instead. Yeah, that's probably smarter. Because there's no trainers in here, except for my rival, so I don't have to worry about amulet coining. Yeah, this is smarter. But it's interesting to hear about that gal, because I know for a while people were like, oh, what if camgirl streamers go away? Basically just because of Project Melody. And, you know, I'm sure there have been some out there who have imitated her. I haven't heard of any, but it wouldn't surprise me if any existed. But it doesn't seem like that's been the case. Never underestimate the collective horniness of mankind. It's one thing I've learned. Never, ever, ever. Practically our racial superpower. Because, you know, that should be the real thing, like in those tabletop games when you get, like, race starting bonuses. Human, just, like, generally horny. Though, I mean, yes, I know ace and arrow people exist. But I'm just saying in general, like the average person. Oh, crap. Please hit, or else I'll probably just run away from this. Yep, this Golbat is officially no longer worth... Cool. Okay, I guess we're trying. Golbats, man. Golbats. I swear. How? How did you know? How did you know? God. Just punch him. Just punch him once now. Thank you. God, that's annoying. Ugh. Hey, look at that. Edgeworth's catching up nice and solidly. And I, of course, have plenty of lemonade in my pack. Is there a... There's not a thing down here. Grappler number 968 was surfed like the rest. But oh well, at the very least this is not... Hey! Let's take out some trash, shall we, chat? Farewell, Donphin. You offend my sight. Yeah, Chiemi crit, even. Perfect. Perfect! Chiemi's with the program. Program, not like program. Program. Wait, I think they're pronounced the same? You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not out here to hunt ivory. But, you know, if any come across Two Birds Path, he's not complaining. He's not complaining that much. The roids for the Pokemon, they're expensive, you know? What is this lore I'm building? I don't know that I'll use Steelix, though, because I wouldn't want to give it my Earthquake TM, because I think that best belongs on Typhlosion, realistically. And Onix's attack is generally really bad. Like, again, I will... Oh! Hey, I just happened to think of it. Still, my whole run here, do it on the 2-bird file, no shinies. No shinies yet. The required 3rd shiny of Gen 2 Pokeboomers has yet to make an appearance. So I continue to be scared. Like, it's just gonna come along and I'm going to be completely screwed. It's gonna be awful. I'm gonna laugh about it, but I'm also gonna be crying a little bit on the inside. It's inevitable. It is fated. Just like Golbats coming to annoy me. Why do you know Supersonic and Confuse Ray? Whatever, I'm glad you spammed them so I had a chance to run. Exactly, the content. Like I'm always telling Hugh whenever he complains about things. Think of the content. Think of the content. You know, like a chance to hunt some Poke Ivory. The content. The hunting of elephants is heinous, and I shouldn't joke about it, but... it's all fictional. You know, it would be something a bit different if I was, like, you know, if I made a whaling joke. Well, no, that'd probably be about on the same level. Why am I talking about this? I should stop talking about this. I think my brain is still broken a little bit from the good life on Saturday. Just trying to figure out what that was. Like, I haven't been able to stop thinking about that ending. Like, if you saw it, it explained some things, and then a whole lot of not about the rest. And I'm like, really? Really? I think I might have to bust out some more games made by that same dev at some point. I own one other, well, 2 more, but one is a sequel, so I want to play the other one first. And I know there's another that's kind of a departure from his games because it's a platformer. And apparently it's the only one of his games that's, like, good on a technical level, so I am somewhat interested in that. I'm also told that, wait, what is this? Is this something I want? Probably. Yes, it is. That's the Earthquake TM. Oh boy, I'm glad I didn't pass that up. God, can you imagine? Just sail right past the Earthquake TM? Jesus. Let's make sure. Do I want to put this on Goose? Yeah, pretty sure. Earthquake! Oh, hey! I don't have anyone else on the team who can even learn it. It's a bit funny. Oh, but I almost want to check that Onix first, just in case. Nah. Goose, say goodbye to Headbutt. You don't need it anymore. You have something far stronger. You can use your thickness to rumble the very earth. Team is in good shape. Yomi is going to be total deadweight. Cool. Feraligatr might be kind of a problem now that I think about it. Now is the ideal counter, but Feraligatr also knows Bite. So that could be a bit of a problem. I could have a little bit of a fight on my hands. I forgot to put away the goddamn dragon fire. It's a mistake on my part. Okay, let's see. What does the rival have in this upcoming fight? He leads with Sneasel, the Gengar, Alakazam. Yeah, basically for Alligator's the only one. Ooh. This stuff is actually a bit higher level than I expected. I might want to level up a little more before I come in here. No, it's fine. Most of his Pokemon are pretty garbage. I think the team can overcome for Alligator. I might have to resort to good old-fashioned harassment tactics, but I think wasn't a problem in the first round, so I'll just believe. Leads with Sneasel. Yeah, I think I'll just lead with Goose to try and bait out for Alligator early so I can get it over with. Okay, let's hope this isn't a horrible mistake. Hold it. Are you gonna take the Pokemon League challenge? Don't make me laugh. You're so much weaker than I am. It's not like I was before. I now have the best and strongest Pokemon with me. I'm invincible. Says man literally using Sneasel. Tubert, I challenge you. It is now occurring to me that last time I didn't have an HM slave on my team. This is probably fine. Oh wait, I was looking at the wrong... Was I looking at the wrong battle? Oh, I was looking at the Mount Moon battle. I was looking at the Mount Moon battle and I was like, oh god, for Alligator's level 45. How do I deal with that? Never mind. This is fine. We are gonna be okay. Cancel the alarm. Okay, that said, this is definitely going to be the most dangerous part. Let me send out Edgeworth to try and set up some Confuse Ray. Okay, he gave a little charity there. It still hit way harder than I wanted it to. Well, I know my confidence in my Gen 2 skills a little bit shaken. Little bit shaken after a full party wipe, not gonna lie. Alright, now let's get Now in here. To hopefully set up some Ghost Punching. Please hit yourself, it'd be great. Or use a normal move. I'm good with that. It is my gen. It's all downhill from here. I'm smiling at the screen. You can't see it because I don't use a face cam, but I'm smiling at the screen through the pain. I forgot to turn animations on. Eh, whatever, it's only the rival. That's not great. Do you not have Bite? Oh my god, he doesn't know Bite. The only thing he can damage now with is Water Gun. All carefully planned, and you thought I was having a crisis of faith. I have wondered if I should set up some kind of PNG tuber thing with the little cartoon of me with a bottle of whiskey. But I'm not sure what I would do with it. Like, how it would animate. Also, I think the artist who drew that is no longer on the internet for various reasons. Like, I've tried to... Oh, right, Bite exists. Hi. Okay, we need you out of there now, because I forgot Bite exists. Bit awkward. Chamia's Ice Punch. Like the emojis, yeah. That's what it'd be. I just designed my my emotes for if and when I get affiliate, and then I just cycle through those as I talk. God damn it. Please, Quick Claw. Ignore that confusion. Chiemi, I'm begging you. God damn it. Okay, there we go, there we go. Please, please just one-tap this thing. Just one-tap it. It'd be cool. Think of the content. Fuck. Wing attack is fine. Yes. Just go full Canadian South Park, huh? Oh, well, hey there, buddy. We're playing Pokemon Silver today. Say, Claire, did you know that I fucked your mother? Okay, Kadabra. I have the perfect answer for Kadabra in my Coin Boy Nagito. This is kind of like the... Okay, Future Sight, that's fine. This is kind of like the Trial Run versus Zeds versus Mad Catter. Yeah, I'm sure there's a guide somewhere. It's just kind of a matter of having time, because, you know... The nights when I don't stream, with the exception of Sunday night, which is soon going to be changing, I have, like, a thing going on every night. I'm literally streaming the maximum amount of time I can with my current work schedule. So it's just a matter of finding the time. Alright, now, dialing back on streaming, and I like the 3 days a week groove I'm in. I think it works. Goose! Take out this stupid bunch of magnets, because we know how they work. True. I had a couple social obligations cancel over the weekend, so otherwise I was gonna be like, man, I'll probably be like starting off with like Chuck going into these streams, and I was like, God, how do I get it caught up by Friday? But yeah, through the good luck of having a couple things canceled, and a little help from my good friend Jack Daniels, we got back here. Oh, that's not good. That hit really hard, and I'm not sure I'm faster than you. And if you crit me with that, I'm dead. Does this Haunter know Mean Look? It does. We need to get Nagito to have... Well, but if it Mean Looks, then in theory I Psybeam, then I can get off a second Psy... It's a little risky, but I think we keep... Who's the alternative, though? Edgeworth's the alternative. Edgeworth is a strong alternative. Edgeworth can still bite. Edgeworth's gonna be faster. Never mind. Safe play, we put in Edgeworth. I am not losing our Psychic Cat. Okay, went for the curse, that's fine. Because Edgeworth does not have to do much here. Yep, that was it. That was all we needed. Thank you, Edgeworth. Your part in this battle should be done now. Yep, because that was his last Pokemon. I couldn't win. Gave it everything I had. What you possess and what I lack. I'm beginning to understand what that Dragon Master said to me. That cop, he made some good points. Thank you for the money! I haven't given up on becoming the greatest trainer. I'm gonna find out why I can't win and become stronger. When I do, I will challenge you. I'll beat you down with all my power. You keep at it until then. Thanks for dropping by, Breward. I almost had to take you seriously. Cool, that gets us back to, where we were shortly before the disasters began in the first timeline. So obviously I have some prep work to do. And, kind of a lot of it, actually. Because I need to get the team up to 46, and also, let's bid a fond farewell to Yomi, our HM friend, whose usefulness has come to an end for now. And let's get back Battler the Tauros, who's ready to sleep return his way through the Elite Four, or will be in 7 levels. So I'm going to double check and make sure I can fly here, because that would be real bad. Okay. Okay, good. We're a little shy of 2 hours, but I don't know if I'm up for grinding podcast. I think there would be a little too much dead air in the energy level I'm at currently. So I'm just going to start to wrap it up. Thanks everybody for coming out. Spend a little bit of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it may be for you. If you're watching the VOD after the fact, I see you. I appreciate you. We are going to give a raid to my friend, the Brian J. Looks like he is playing some FTL. Very fun roguelite game. Kind of old at this point, but I enjoy it. And I think a lot of people are familiar with it. He also runs kind of like a wrestling gambling minigame. It's a lot of fun. He runs a good stream. Say hi to the guy. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. My name is Vimbert, and I'll see you around the internets.